Hello everyone, my name is Pierre Gouet. I will be your instructor for this CHEM 112 course this semester. I may not see you throughout the semester unless you come to my office hours that will be held on Wednesday from 9 to 11 a.m. But everything will be online and I expect you to do your work on time, submit it. Any work that is submitted late will have some deduction all the way to I think it's 10% per day until all the points are gone. So if you miss something, just try to do it as soon as possible. So to start then, Chem 111 is an introductory general organic and biological chemistry. This course is for health related disciplines, nursing, things like that. So what we're going to do, I suggest that you do start at week 0, which is the week before one. You click here. I get in week 0. Here we have what I'm going to call the lab kit disclaimer. So at some point in this semester, I'm going to give you a, um, a kit voucher. When you get that kit voucher, it's going to come here and submit your information there. That will help you get a free kit for your lab. We will not be providing that the first week or the second. We're going to wait a little bit until we know that people who are in class are actually going to stay in class. But we're still going to have some lecture and lab before that. Any event, so this is module 0, week 0. Here we have introductory to the course material. The syllabus is here. How we expect you to be able to manage your time here. How to be a good online student and how to communicate effectively online. What you need to take this class, computer resources and tech services, who to contact there's a problem, student support services, Canvas notification, how do you set up your Canvas so that you have notification anytime there's something happening in a Canvas site. So indeed here I want you to be able to do an introduction by Thursday of the first week. So let me go back here. The introduction to the course. Just quickly show you. So a typical week will have lecture and learn, worksheets, what I call exam preparation. Going to change that name to discussion. Going to have discussion every week. Going to have homework, and so most of the weeks we're going to have a lab. Okay, so that's a typical week in this class. Next, we go to course material. You're going to need an achieve where we're going to perform your work. You're going to have an e-textbook there that you're going to use. But achieve, you're going to have to pay for the service. You have a 10-day grace period. I'm going to show you in a minute how to access that. You're going to have 10 days to be able to do that, but you're going to buy access to this. You can buy that the first day, or you can wait until the 10th day. What I'm going to suggest that you do, I'm trying to negotiate for Macmillan to give us this service this semester for free. So give me about a week until the grace period is over. If it's over and they haven't provided what they promised me, then you'll be able to buy. But again, do not buy anything at this point. Use the grace period um, before you get there. So you're going to have an e-textbook. So that's the textbook we have here. So you don't have to buy one. It's already the system in Achieve system. You're going to need a scientific calculator for the class as well. So you can get a TI 30 series here on Amazon. And here you can get eligible to get an account with Amazon for free Amazon student account if you click here. Next, we have the syllabus here. I have what we call the liquid syllabus. You're not going to have a hard copy of this. You're going to print this, that's fine with me. It goes over things that we expect you to be able to do in this class. Class culture, treat your time with respect, approach your classmate with kindness, struggle productively, meaning that you don't want to spend time on one question for 30 minutes. It doesn't make sense. Have a question, you try it, and you see that you cannot solve it. Just go ahead and shoot me a questions or come to my office and ask questions about that. Okay. So I have a few other things that I would like you to read here. This is the actual syllabus that we have. Online asynchronous course. Office hours on Zoom from 9 to 11 on Wednesdays. Textbook is here. Calculator, safety goggles for lab at home. The lab apron is optional, but if you have one, that would be great. Disability accommodation, be sure that if you are in this case, that you take advantage of it. We have what we call student learning outcomes. We have three here that we expect you to be able to do when you pass this class at the end of the semester. Okay? So attendance, when you attend class, if you miss more than two labs, now I will not be able to tell until you do not submit two of them. Communication, self-information, online orientation. This is an interesting thing here. I would like you to, if you've never taken an online class, I'd like you to go here and try to take an online orientation class. Dropping, academic honesty here. Here we have getting information. We're going to have three tests, 80 points each. Homework, lab report, pre-lab and post-lab. And then we're going to have weekly discussions. I'm going to put the points here. Final exam is 100 points. So these are assignments that we're going to have. Then test, final, homework, extra credit. You can earn extra all to 10 points extra credit. You're going to see how. So you can earn maximum 10 points extra credit using the semester during the semester by going to the online tutoring center. You can only earn 1 point per week for getting help at the online STEM center. And again, when you go there, you're going to sign in. When you sign in at the end of the semester, they're going to tell me who has signed in every week, and you're going to get up to 10 points extra credit. Have lab report, pre-lab report, post-lab report, and we say we're going to have discussion as well. Okay, and here we have the schedule for this. So you see the dates are here, chapter that are covered here, and when we have a lab, you see that here. So week 1, there's no lab, but we're covering chapter 1. Week 2, covering chapter 2, experiment 1. Week 3, chapter 3, experiment 2, and so on. So when we have a test, you see it here, but the test will be taken on Achieve. When we get there, I'm going to give you information on how it's going to be handled. If I keep going, then on the bottom here, how to study for chemistry. We want you to be positive in this class. Do not be or use negative language for yourself or with your classmates. Other resources here, LGBTQI resources, veteran services here. We have other free resources. You have a food pantry at school, health services, textbook loan program. Check this out and use them as needed. Puente, Moja, Rafi here. That's for the syllabus. Time management, you have information here. The class is supposed to, if you were coming to school, we have 9 hours of class every week. So we expect you to spend 2 to 3 hours of for every hour of class that you have. So that's a lot of time here. Please complete this weekly planner worksheet so that you know when to study, and if you have that in front of you, that will help you remind yourself that you have to study. Effective online communication about writing things in all caps, spell check, grammar, everything. Stay in communication with instructor. Be considerate and respectful with the instructor and with your classmates, of course. Tech services. So what you need, Canvas tech support. If you need help, they are open 24/7. When you're in Canvas, you can just go ahead and get help from Canvas. Macmillan Achieve support. The link is here. Students student support services at school, have that here. Just go to Student Support Hub and access that. Canvas notification, set up notification so that when something changes in Canvas, you can get notification in your phone or in your email. So here then introduction Thursday. My bio is here and look it up and then move here and answer questions here on yourself or everyone to see. And then with that, gonna go back now, home page. So that was week 0. This is week 1. Week 1, gonna get a voucher to get a lab kit sent to your home so that you can use it for lab during the semester. So this is week 1. Week 1, you generally have the same setup for all of your weeks. Week 1, you're gonna have what we call have chapter 1, matter energy here, lecture slides here, and then here you're gonna all of this is just for you reading. And then here, chapter 1, adaptive quiz, matter and energy. So you're going to click this here. That's going to get you to Macmillan. And there, you're going to answer questions. So we have part 1 here for chapter 1 and part 2 here for chapter 1. And then you have worksheets. These worksheets here are going over things that you have worked on here on chapter 1. And then you have homework. Generally, you're going to only have homework for that chapter. But in this case, here, these are introductory stuff that you need to do to know how to use the system, orientation assignment, math of skills test, practice assignment. All of these are minimal points, 2 points each. And then here I called it exam preparation here, but it's going to have another name. We're going to call that discussions. That's what we're going to have here. And then you're going to have a lab. So we don't have one the first week because of all of these things that you have here. I've saved that for the second week. So the second week here, chapter 2, you have a lecture, and then below that you have learn and practice. So here I'm going to open this so you see what it looks like. I'm going to go directly to achieve. So when we get there, it looks something like this. So we're going to come here. Here we have elements, navigation, the periodic table. So these are the 3 topics that are covered here. So when you're a student, just going to come and open this here. And then when you open that, there is linked to the ebook, the e-textbook, and have questions that you're going to answer. Okay, preview as a student. So here, begin activity. So the table, so this here has 450 points. Okay, and as you earn points, it's going to add and add and add until you go there. The table is natural occurring silicon isotope, which isotope is the most abundant. The most abundant is the one that has the highest percentage, right? So what we're going to do, it looks like this one has the highest percentage, so I'm going to go ahead and choose this one. Okay, submit answer. Well, it tells me that I'm right. I already have 15 points. I'm going to go to the next question. Which of these elements is a non-metal? Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and choose the wrong answer. Silver here is a metal. So I'm going to choose the wrong answer. Click that and submit an answer. See that the correct answer is not silver. Silver is a metal located on the left of the periodic table. So at this point here, report an error view question. So can go next, I can redo this or keep going, right? So that's how this is going to build up. So at this point, I still have 15 because this answer was incorrect. Okay, so I'm going to go back out here, go back to the home page, week 2. That's where we were, I think. So week 2. Again, as you see, we have lecture, we have learn and practice. That's where I went to, learn and practice. So you have the textbook, you read it, you have this, you have the PowerPoint that goes chapter 2. You can read that here and then do learn and practice here. Then you have a worksheet that is related to this. And then here you have homework for chapter 2. You see that some of these things are due early in the week and some are due towards the end of the week. In general, I have you do all of these here by Thursday, and then later here when there's a lab, the lab is due at the end of the week. Okay, so that's what you're going to have for every course. So again, we're going to have tests. When you have a test, you're going to go to Macmillan Learning, and Macmillan Learning is where you have Achieve, and that's where you're going to do all of your work here. The first 10 to 15 days are going to be free. They're going to tell you that when you open here. When you get here, you're going to click here to be able to use it and enroll. When you get here, you're going to click on this. You're not going to have all of this on the bottom here. You're going to click this here. When you click this here, it's going to get you a page where you have to enroll. It's going to give you, ask you for information. You're going to enroll. And when you enroll, it's going to tell you to click to get a 10-day grace period. Again, use that 10-day grace period. And if I can get you to get this service for free, then you will just put the code that I provide you. If not, then you may need to pay for the service. So this here is week one. All the things we have to do in week one here. When we go to week two, we're going to have things to do here in week two, and so on. Okay. Whenever we have a test, well, you're going to come here, and that's where you're going to take the test. We're going to talk about that when we get there. Okay. Well, that's what I have to say. Well, welcome to my CHEM 112 course, and I'll see you around. Please don't hesitate to send questions my way so I can answer them, especially at the beginning of the semester when you're not sure how to move forward. Thank you very much. See you online.